Please come in.
May I come in, sir?
Please do.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sirs.
Good afternoon. You are Manpreet.
Yes, sir.
Please take a
Thank you,
seat.
sir.
Give us a brief introduction, please.
So my name is Manpreet Sharma. I come from a village in Moga district of Punjab. I've done my BTech in mechanical engineering from NIT Jalandhar. Later I worked in automobile sector for about 3 years in engine production division. And currently I'm into social services in my villages and also pursuing my fellowship at Global Governance Initiative.
Tell us a little more about this fellowship. It sounds fascinating.
So it is a skill development initiative in which some sense of alternate MBA programs such as management consulting, social consulting, impact consulting, all those courses are taken care of by industry experts.
I see. Now, Manpreet, with that excellent background, you have a BTech, you worked in Maruti. What prompted you to switch careers in midstream? And what is the attraction of the civil services?
So during my stint at Maruti Suzuki, I was getting the exposure of major areas to work upon, and but the essential aspect that I come from a rural background, the public connect that I was longing for was missing there. So the longing to work for the society and getting an impact, this led me to choose civil services as a career. So I started preparing for it along with job itself.
Right. Now, over the last couple of months, the role of governors has come on the scanner,
Right.
under the scanner. Can you tell me what is the reason? What are the constitutional issues involved?
Sir, governor's role has been in news in terms of the discretionary powers a governor hold in terms of the selecting which government, which party can form government, the majority party, when to call the floor test, and with respect to the appointment and dismissal of the ministers, it has been in news. So I think
I would narrow it further. Which state government went to the Supreme Court and filed a petition against the governor for which issue? Are you aware?
so Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu, yes. And what was the issue there? Tamil Nadu specifically?
So it was the dismissal of a minister by the
No,
honorable
you
governor.
got that wrong. It was about sitting on a bill and not giving the assent to the bill.
Right. Sorry.
Sitting indefinitely on a bill.
Thank you, sir.
Neuralink and telepathy, these have been in the news recently. Can you throw some light on them?
Yes, sir. Sir, Elon Musk has come up with Neuralink telepathy. This is essentially a chip which is planted in the brain, in which the instructions from the brain can be transported to a machine which is to be operated.
So, which is the company and which is the name of the chip? Any idea? Neuralink and telepathy. Which is the name of the company? Which is the name of the chip?
I'm not sure. Sir.
Telepathy is the name of the chip.
Right.
Right. Because as the name suggests, it can communicate wirelessly.
Thank you, sir.
You're a mechanical engineer. Can you tell me something about driverless cars?
So the concept of driverless cars, it is seen at various phases, in which one is there are semi-autonomous cars in which some part of the drivability is done autonomously by the car. For example, the lane driving and automatic braking. So these elements are coming in, I think, today's cars as well. At the same time, the fully driverless car would be possible with a system known as telematics, in which the ecosystem is made with Internet of Things and all the connected cars, basically. So
Do you think these would be feasible in India with the chaotic transport situation that we have?
So the reformation of urban infrastructure can be done, and with the help of rezoning and provision of digital and physical infrastructure, it can be done in future, sir.
Right. My final question. You come from Punjab. FCI, what is the full form? When was it set up, and what were its three objectives?
Sir, it is Food Corporation of India. The year, sir, I am not able to recall the setup year. Major objectives were firstly the procurement of food grains, second the maintenance of buffer stock of food grains, thirdly the dissemination and distribution of food grains.
Very good, thank you. PDS, Public
Yes.
Distribution System.
Thank you, sir.
So Manpreet, good morning. I noticed in your DAP that you have worked on a solar thermal storage device. That's very interesting. Please tell us something about it.
So the device was basically a cooking device in which generally we see that a cooking device is used only during the day for cooking purposes, but we conceived a device which can store the heat during the day, that too in its thermal form itself, by changing the phase of a material which was used, and then insulating it, keeping it stored for some time, and during the night we were able to cook rice with it, sir.
So what material did you use? That's very interesting.
So the material was based on lithium salt. So it was a phase change material in which most of the heat was stored during...
Allowed it to be heated and then you kept it insulated.
Yes, sir. With the help of a concentrator parabolic dish, we concentrated heat, and it was able to charge very quickly because the heat was very concentrated, and then we kept it with the help of glass wool as an insulator.
How did the heat was given back for rice cooking?
Yes, sir. Sufficient heat was available for rice cooking.
It worked.
Yes, sir.
Good. I read in a news item somewhere that hybrids are much less polluting than the EVs. Why?
So one thing is that hybrids use electricity which is inherently made by the vehicle during its operation, sometimes in smart hybrids especially. So otherwise electric vehicles currently are using electricity which is either made from coal or thermal power plants. So essentially in that aspect the pollution would be less. But overall, sir, electric vehicles as a non-point source pollution is I would say lesser than the hybrid.
But because of the electricity generation.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I take your point. Drugs in Punjab. Why is Punjab so, drug problem has become so problematic in Punjab?
So the drug problem has become so grim because of a couple of reasons. One, on the supply side of it, the position of Punjab near to Golden Crescent and the supply chain strong network, the peddling network that has established, even the ISI supported pushing of drugs into the territory, that has led to the availability of drugs. Secondly, on the demand side, one is due to jobless, I would say, lack of job opportunities, youth is getting into the drug menace. Secondly, the cultural acceptance of drugs and the social circumstances which we are seeing.
Is the drugs cultivated in Punjab?
Sir, I'm not aware of
Cultivation.
Yes.
How does it come in from outside? Golden Crescent, you said.
Yes, sir.
How does it come in?
So these days drones are being used for cross-border smuggling. So it is mainly through cross-border smuggling.
How can we put an end to it? Is it possible?
Yes, sir. So I think current strategy is enforcement, prevention, and rehabilitation. So this strategy is
No. Can you put a stop to this supply through drones?
so currently there is an indigenously made anti-drone technology which is being tested on pilot basis. So I think if it becomes successful, we'll be able to curb it. At the same time, the BSF and a second line of defense by the police. This is in work to enforce and to curb smuggling across the border, sir.
What is the physics of this anti-drone thing that you are talking about? How does it work?
Sorry, sir, I have not studied it.
Okay. So, elections are going on in Punjab, or it has been completed in Punjab?
Sir, in Pakistan,
I'm sorry. In Pakistan. My apologies.
sir, I think they have concluded, and probably the result is due to come.
Who is going to win?
Sir, it is estimated that Nawaz Sharif led government would be the winner.
That actually it is the Pakistan army which will win.
True, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Manpreet.
Good afternoon, sir.
तो मन को जो प्रीत होता है वो मनप्रीत कहलाता है.
Yes, sir.
Is that what I can say?
Right, sir.
All right. So I hope you make me happy with my questions. You were aware recently, the Karnataka government ministers, and the CM came out for a dharna here in the Jantar Mantar. What was he protesting on?
Sir, recently in
Yeah, just 2 days back, 3 days back.
so was it
And which where his dharna becomes a national issue, where my next question will follow.
sorry, sir, I'm not aware of the issue.
Okay, it doesn't matter. I'll give you the cue, and then I'll put in the next question to you. The dharna was with respect to the sharing of the revenue, the devolution of the finances by the Finance Commission, and they said, look, we want our share in Karnataka on the basis of what we give it to the center. That means the revenue which we are generating and giving to the center. So should be in proportion to what we give. Now my question to you next is this dharna, in terms of the policy which have been well defined in the Finance Commission regulations, how far is it justified?
So Finance Commission delineates, I would say, grant and aids and the formula to distribute the taxes which are collected, and there may be the case that some of the southern states may not be getting a proportional, I would say, distribution with regard to their contribution. But at the same time, sir, India, which is a union of states, and as a country, we have seen that, for example, even if northern states, maybe Bihar and UP, they are getting the higher share. But at the same time, their contribution to the overall economy, for example, many of the migrant workers are going to the southern states and they are contributing to their economy there. So I think as a welfare state, this is justified to have this approach, and maybe the affirmative justice.
Are you supporting what the Karnataka government is demanding for?
No, sir.
Okay, you are saying that the demands are not justified. All right, okay. And so if that is by way of fixed formula, because if every state start demanding there, what will happen to the whole federal structure? It says we will not give water to Haryana, then everything gets stopped. Okay, I take your point, but then the more important point is, give me what is those two main criteria on which the devolution of the taxes are shared, the revenue is shared, in terms of the income distance and in terms of the tax and fiscal efforts. These are the two which have been introduced now, which was not there in the earlier Finance Commission. Who heads the Finance Commission now?
So recently, there was new appointment. I'm forgetting the name, sir.
Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. And so what are these two new concepts which have been introduced and what do they signify? Income distance and fiscal tax efforts.
Right. Can I start from the later one?
No, you can start with anyone you choose.
Sir, with respect to the fiscal efforts, for example, the recommendations for the states to curb their debt levels to 20% of GSDP and other such fiscal measures to reduce the fiscal deficit, improve the fiscal state I would say consolidation of the state.
Right, right. Okay, and the second one, because I have two more questions to follow. Income distance.
Sir, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, now you're aware of this old story, Article 370 has been revoked. But the fact of the matter is that the Article 370 continue to exist in the Constitution of India. Right? Do you agree with my statement?
Sir, it was a temporary measurement which was revoked with the help of President's proclamation. So,
No, but do you agree with my statement? Yet it continues in the Constitution. 370 still continues in the Constitution.
so I would agree. Yes.
You will agree with me. In that case, how is this section sanctity and the implementation takes place? If it continues to be in 370, continues to be in the Constitution, how do you execute and that's what has taken place on ground?
So I think I'm not sure of the legal details about it, but only think that it is.
And how do you distinguish with 35A, Article 35A?
So probably that was also made dysfunctional.
No, how do you distinguish with 370 and 335A?
So 35A was with respect to special rights of residents of Jammu and Kashmir with respect to buying of property and some other rights as well.
All right, okay. And the final question coming on to you, since you said you are associated with a body in terms of governance and in terms of management compliances stuff. Now, what are the four key components of good governance?
So firstly, I would say the transparency.
Good.
Secondly, the accountability.
Good.
Thirdly, the grievance redressal.
Okay.
Fourth would be, sir, e-governance and maybe engagement through technology further through metaverse.
All right. Thank you. That's one.
Manpreet, we all know that at the time of independence, Punjab was one of the leaders, and the unified state of PEPSU, they carved out two states. One was Haryana, the other was Himachal. How do you rank these three states today, Punjab, Haryana and Himachal?
So in terms of what?
In terms of the development, because it was previously, Punjab was far ahead. Other states had to make a lot of effort to catch up with Punjab. What is the status today? How do you rank the states today?
Sir, in terms of economic growth, Haryana is doing much better in terms of industry particularly, and in agriculture also it is doing better than Punjab. With respect to Himachal, the pharmaceutical industry is doing better, and their developmental initiatives are also doing well. But at the same time, Punjab, I would say, sir, is taking measures to attract industry. About 56,000 crores of investment has come in last 1.5 years. And various structural measures with respect to improving tourism, I would say employing youth, and the structural shifts are now we are able to see in Punjab. So till then maybe Haryana and Himachal were leading, but we may see a change in.
So if you have to rank these three states, how would you rank them, 1 to 3?
So development perspectives, Haryana is definitely doing better. So rank 1, rank 2 would be Punjab, rank 3 would be Himachal.
So how far is Himachal behind these two states?
Sir, I would say probably the They are focusing on industry. They have given tax concessions for the industry to flourish, but have not seen new major investments happening these days. So probably currently and in future it would be at level third.
What is the greatest earner for Himachal? How does it earn its revenues?
I'm not sure.
I would like to know that this corridor which has taken place from Punjab to Pakistan, what is the place where they have to visit? Kartarpur. What is the background of that?
Sir, Kartarpur Sahib is associated with first Sikh Guru, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who spent his last days at that place and wrote many literature as well there. So Bahrama was written at that place, and Sikhs have a very deep and emotional connect to the place.
This Food Corporation of India, which we were talking about, we started off with that. It has been the major earner for Punjab, and Punjab has been the greatest contributor to the food grains, especially wheat. Which state is contributing today? Number one, which state? Madhya Pradesh, and followed by.
So I'm not sure.
Okay. So why was it such a big issue when the new farm laws were actually introduced?
So one thing is the vested interest of middlemen was involved. Secondly, the way they were passed in parliament, they were not able to garner public trust. Thirdly, farmers were not convinced with some of the clauses, particularly with respect to grievance redressal in Contract Act.
You've given foreign service as a second option.
Right.
I would like to know what are the chances of a ceasefire in the ongoing battle between Hamas and Israel?
So recently Hamas has proposed a plan for a phase-wise releasing of hostages at the same time, I would say concluding it with the end of the war. So probably, sir, with the help of the nations which are broking this, it would be possible to end the war also.
So the plan is a phased plan you mentioned. What is the phase consists of? How many phases does it? 3 or 45 days each probably.
Probably, sir.
Okay. So what is the hitch? Why is it not being accepted?
Sir, Israel's security concerns with respect to the terrorism operations by Hamas, they want to make a significant end to it. So, but at the same time, due to loss of lives and global pressures, they may also come to the high table and agree to the ceasefire.
Yesterday, Ukraine's army chief has been sacked. What is the reason?
Sir, I'm not aware of it.
Okay. In Russia, there was an election which is going on. The main opponent of Putin has not been able to file his nomination, has been rejected. Are you aware of that?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Manpreet, very good afternoon. So, continuing with that foreign relations, how is India balancing India with respect to Iran, its relations?
Iran, sir? Sir, India is engaging with the Arab world and particularly with Iran. We are still continuing to procure some amount of oil despite sanctions which are imposed by UN, although we have reduced the amount. At the same time, our engagement at the Chabahar port to counter the BRI initiative by China and to engage diplomatically with Iran is continued. But at the same time, the proxies backed by Iran are creating a havoc in Red Sea. So on that front, sir, our relations may see a little bit of friction.
So, did you see any particular stand by India with respect to, let's say, Red Sea?
So India has taken taken out strikes with the help of Navy and Marcos. So we have been able to neutralize some of the pirates and these terror groups.
Okay. So again, in the recent periods, there is controversy with, or say, conflict between Iran and Pakistan. What was that crux of the issue?
Sir, there was an attack on about 100 people were killed in Iran during the anniversary of their leader Soleimani, and Iran did this strike to neutralize a terrorist organization. I'm forgetting the name. In the Balochistan region, and it was followed by a counter strike by Pakistan in the Sistan Balochistan region.
What's India's stand on that?
India has taken a view that it is their internal matter, and it is a bilateral issue.
Okay. Please check that once. And the next one, there has been economic slowdown around the world. What are the reasons for it? Main reason?
Sir, one is the geopolitical dynamics. These wars have disrupted the global supply chains, and this has led to a slowdown in the production and manufacturing. At the same time, the energy, which is mostly maybe, if it is the case of Europe, they were getting most of their energy and natural gas requirements from Russia, so that was disrupted. So overall, the manufacturing sector was hit. At the same time, due to the tendencies of deglobalization, we are seeing the protectionist measures by various countries and friendshoring. It is affecting the exports of many countries.
What is the state of China's economy? Projected growth rates or something?
So I'm not clear with the figures.
Okay. And one last question. So with respect to anti-drugging campaigns, so how is drug syndicate threat to the national security? Can you throw some light on the dimensions of it?
So one is the nexus which exists between the organized criminals, terrorists, and the drug smugglers, which is there. So this nexus is thriving on money laundering, and they are also using, I would say, terror as a medium to thrive. And by making youth addict to the drugs, they are also maybe radicalizing operations are going on. And these are some of the ways they are a threat to national security. Sir.
Do you see the spillover effects on the other regions of that?
Sir, on which regions?
Other regions apart from Punjab.
Right, sir. The spillover these days are happening in Jammu and Kashmir region majorly because of the crackdown done by Punjab police and heavy enforcement which is seen in drug peddling. So it is shifting towards Jammu and Kashmir region.
Oh,
Thank you, sir.
this interview. I have what it takes. Best of luck. You'll do very well.
All the very best. Thank you.
Hello. We'll meet up sometime.
You see?